Morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast for today. We have another one at 4 p.m., which is in roughly 7 hours. And tonight at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be unveiling some new things that will help all of you build your business faster, take your business to the next level. And specifically, we're going to be addressing the single biggest mistake that network marketers make and how you eliminate it. Now, I love success stories. And I don't share these with you because I want to impress you. I share these success stories with you to impress upon you what you can be doing, what members of your team can be doing. So as you start having success, please share them with me so I can share them with other people that struggled like you've been struggling. And the truth is, there's no reason for anybody to struggle. Now, like I said, I love success stories, and last night we heard from Ellie. You know, it's funny. I asked Ellie, could you send me a little note? Let me know how you did. Because she rank advanced to Director A, and she got a little bit more. I know you heard the great news. Carol and I rank advanced to Director 8. We haven't rank advanced in a long time. And truly, we credit this boom to our business in the Max strategy. We are forever grateful to Karen Winter. Kudos to Karen, our awesome leader who brought us to you in your fabulous trainings. We have plugged many of our team into your trainings as well, and they're on fire. They're on fire. That's why we advanced. We were all and still are enrolling because we follow what you teach. Some people might think, I'll just get a scripts book. Now, while that book is great, it's not enough. The real deal is within your boot camps and being on your Ask Max sessions. The scripts are just a bunch of words until you learn the real Max strategy, and that is understanding how Max thinks. Biggest thanks to you, Mac. We are now stuck with us, following you over and over and over. Director 8. And they haven't done that in a long time, all right? We also heard from this morning from Wolfgang, who's in Germany. The reactions on changing my profile picture were massive. Even a network marketing legend commented. I'm not there yet. I'll probably need the June boot camp to improve the skills I need. Think of my boot camps as a gym membership. You keep coming back. And it's all about conversation. That's what it's all about. It's all about conversation. And after our second session of boot camp last night, our first session was all about connecting, creating your profile, putting yourself out there, making yourself visible. Wolfgang makes himself visible. And what does he get? He gets 12 comments and 81 messages. 81. He hears from Arthur Napolitano, his first mentor in network marketing. You have no idea how many people see what you do. And every time somebody reacts or responds to something that you do, it's an opportunity to start a conversation. And that's all you're looking for, is an opportunity to start a conversation. The biggest mistake that everybody makes is they're in such a hurry to talk about the business, and it's going to cost you enrollments. It's going to cost you signups every time. And last night we gave some examples of just how outrageous people are. You say hello to somebody on LinkedIn and you come back with a commercial. You ask somebody what they do and they come back with a commercial. And that's not how it works. No matter how good your company, product, or pay plan is, I've seen countless of well-intentioned network marketers completely ruin their results by making this one mistake. And it never fails. I see it over and over and over again. We're going to see it in boot camp. This is the single biggest mistake you can make when you're speaking with any prospect, whether it's on LinkedIn or Facebook, over the phone, or in person. And when you make it, it's like stepping on a landmine. You blow yourself up, and there's no second chance when it happens. And if you haven't gone too deep into it, we have a strategy that can give you a second chance. And that's the, oh my God, strategy. I didn't mean to send you that message. It was meant for somebody else. And one day, hopefully in the near future, I'm going to be able to take that strategy out because everybody's doing it correctly. Okay, so we're going to pop in here. We see Vivian's got a couple of people that she's talking to. Carol has, and let's look in the chat window. Okay, Rebecca's got somebody. Charles, you'd like to get a part of, you'd like to get some feedback on your profile. You're not in boot camp. I got to take care of the boot camp people first. If we have time before we're over, we will certainly do that. Antoinette, if you want me to get into your profile and look at a conversation, I need your email address and your password. And of course, and Joanne writes, Max, I've never seen someone that posted on Facebook. Is it as effective to post motivational quotes on Facebook as LinkedIn? Absolutely. Absolutely. And in the information that we gave you, and let me flip over here. Okay, and let me just share with you, because now this is in the PowerPoint that you're going to get from last night's session. And again, I want to remind you, the folks that were in boot camp, I don't go over all of this information. Now we're going to be putting this in a flip book so you don't have to print the whole thing out. We're giving you messages, first, second, and third messages. We've got a great example here of, from start to finish, of a conversation that resulted in a sale. And let me come down here. And this is the, oh my God, strategy. This is what you can do or use when you send somebody a promotional message. Oh my God, I can't believe I sent you that last message. It was meant for someone else. I was chatting with 5 other people while starting to write to you, and somehow sent you their message. Please disregard my message. I meant to send you this. You're going to find that in the social networking case study document that's a part of boot camp. What I wanted to share, because it's part of posting, now, this is 5 ways to beat Facebook's algorithm so your posts reach more prospects. you can reach 85% of the people that you're connected to, as opposed to 6. You see, the reason behind the algorithm involves a simple fact. More and more content is being created and shared every day, and an average newsfeed could contain more than 1,500 posts when the user logs in. Now, this is too much information for one person. The second reason involves how Facebook's newsfeed works. Rather than showing people all possible content, the newsfeed is designed to show each person on Facebook the content that's most relevant to them. Of the 1,500 plus stories a person might see whenever they log on to Facebook, the newsfeed displays approximately 300. To choose which stories to show, the newsfeed ranks each possible story from more to less importance by looking at thousands of factors relative to each person. Now, there are ways around Facebook's algorithm logic that network marketing professionals can implement to see a rise in the reach of their posts. So the first one is make yourself more visible. Change the settings on your Facebook profile to public so more people can see you. And then, remember that Facebook originally sets your profile settings so they're only visible to your friends or your friends of your friends. All right, so here's the deal. What you can do is you can also have your friends change their following settings. All right, this is huge. This is huge. Let me flip over here. Let's go over here to Facebook, and I'm going to bring up Ron, who is an executive director in Maliluca. We've been friends for a long time. All right, now let me open up his page. Now, what you can do is go over to the following button. Now, it used to be that when somebody became your friend, they automatically followed you. Not anymore. Now it's 2 steps. Somebody can be your friend, but unless they click on the follow me button, they're not going to see what you're doing on a regular basis. But I want you to look at the drop-down menu. This is the default, which means see all of Ron's posts as usual. And if you're connected to a lot of people and you with a lot of activity, you may never see Ron's. Because typically what Facebook is going to do is they're going to show you the things to people that you've recently engaged. So you change the setting. See first. So if there's somebody that you consider to be a prospect and you want, just because they're your friend doesn't mean you're going to see what they post. So you can come up here and you click on see first. All right, and now every time Ron posts, before I see any other posts, I'm going to see Ron's. Have your new recruits do the same thing with you. Now, there is a limit to the number of people that you can do this with. Last time I checked, it was 50. So this is something you're constantly going to change. All right, now, there's one other part to this which is unbelievably powerful. And that is, you can target your posts, and then we have the big boost post strategy, where you ask a whole bunch of your team members or friends to like what you post and make a comment. So how the number of people that you do this with if you got a specific number of friends that make a certain amount of comments, the reach of your post will explode. More people will see what you do. All right, so let's first come over here and let me come over here to the question box first. And we're going to pop over here to LinkedIn. I'm going to log out of my account. First, of course, we're going to pop into Vivian. Now, what you do is, remember, create a page, connect, communicate, and close. Connect, communicate, and close. So Vivian is talking to George right here. And let's look at who she's talking to. George, a design engineer. Let me unmute Vivian.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vivian. So my question is, why are you talking to George?
I'm trying to get out of it.
What do you mean you're trying to get out of it?
Well, he's very polite and he's nice. He's not, being whatever. So we're just answering his questions. First, I wasn't sure whether he had a need, but then I decided that he didn't. And then he popped up with something or other. I can't remember.
I have just what you need. Just exactly what you need. Just come over here.
So now he's trying to go talk me into doing Bitcoin currency.
What's wrong with you? Why are you talking to this guy? You don't have to answer him. You don't have to respond to him.
Just leave him there?
Just leave him alone. Ignore him.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
respond. Don't respond.
All right.
That's and so here we are. I am treating you so well. I suppose we needed to go through that. But the bottom line is, let me just look at this for a minute. What does he do? He's a design engineer, a business consultant, an entrepreneur, a stockbroker, and a financial manager. Now, what among those things that are listed shows you clearly that they've got an immediate interest and a need in your... No, not an agenda. If you were looking at a waitress, if you were looking at a bartender, if you were looking at a personal trainer or a fitness instructor, or if you were looking at somebody that was out of work, there is an obvious need for what you have. There's nothing here that's even close to being obvious. Nothing close. With 675 million professionals on LinkedIn that you could be talking to. And is probably, maybe, 100 million minimum that need what you have, that are looking for what you have. And you could tell just by looking at the headline of their profile, why would you even entertain the idea of approaching this guy in the first place? Now, okay, so you do. You start the conversation, and then we discover that, this isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so you stop talking to him, and you talk to somebody else. You don't have to respond. All right, now I'm going to take a look at one more here. Kim, I see you raise your hand. Let's look at Sandy. Okay, so she's a choral director, a music teacher. All right, so this is something you guys have in common. She's a music teacher, you're a music teacher.
This is the case study, so I haven't answered your.
Okay. So let's take a look at who you're talking to. Choral director, has 37 connections. You reached out to her, she accepted you. Because of your name, it says, I love to connect with music teachers because besides, it says you're a global internet entrepreneur. I would love to hear about this. Right off the bat, she's looked at your profile. She said, hey, man, I'd like to know more about what you do. Now, this is a case study of missed opportunity. Missed opportunity that we basically turned around. I give you some of the most phenomenal, amazing scripts that will take you step by step by step through a conversation that you completely control. How do you control it? By focusing on the other person and ending your message with a question, your question. So I would love to hear more about your global entrepreneur business. And so what does Vivian do? She's picking up right off the profile. Hey, I've made some amazing new friends. I see that you're a choral teacher for a long time. Why did you stop teaching in January? Hello? And that's not a bad question. But Vivian has a little short paragraph. When people ask her, what do you do? She comes back and she says, I've been teaching school for a blanket number of years, and now thanks to my growing internet business, I was able to retire. And then we ask, that's where I see that you've been a choral teacher for a long time. Why did you stop teaching? But she got in the little note about what she does. And now the rest of this conversation would be more about, so tell me more about your internet business. And Vivian could control the direction of the conversation by saying, well, you've been teaching for a long time. What do you know about network marketing? What experience have you had in network marketing? This whole conversation from start to finish could have ended right here, where she's looking at the business. But no, Vivian. So why did you stop teaching? All right, so here, and then I taught music for many years, was able to retire thanks to my growing internet business. What experience do you have with network marketing? Okay, so I stand corrected there. And then I meant to say, have you ever been involved with any of these companies? So she's a little bit familiar with Amway or Mary Kay. All right? And now she's talking about what she's doing. So actually, Vivian, I owe you an apology. All right.
I thought I jumped in for this.
No, listen. Well, I'm kind of going on your track record, okay? So, really, the only thing I would have done differently here, because you stuck it at the end, which is where it really needed to be. See, you kind of got the order wrong. I taught music for many years and was able to retire thanks to my growing internet business. The question, what experience do you have with network marketing?
See, I had two questions, so I separated
No, I understand that. No, I understand. But what we should have said, remember, she's curious about you being an internet entrepreneur. So it's great connecting with you. I've made some amazing new friends this way, which is a compliment. Then I taught music for many years and was able to retire thanks to my growing internet business. That answers her question. And then the question here should be, I see that you've been a Carl teacher for a long time. Why did you stop teaching? Bringing up what experience you have with network marketing was not necessary. Because believe me, she would come back to you and she would say, tell me more about your business. Well, I'd be happy to tell you more about my business. What experience do you have with network marketing? You only want to ask one question. Sometimes we could ask more. All right, so now she comes, and now I meant to say, we're clarifying that. Have you been involved with any of these companies? And she says, years ago, I bought something from Amway, used Mary Kay. Okay, so now she tells you, I taught for 23 years. My mom is 78, has macular degeneration. She can't see, so I stopped to take care of her. Since she was driving, I drive her where she needs to go. I take her shopping. My sister was helping, but her husband got a good job about 4 hours away, and they moved. So now she says, well, did you teach elementary, middle, or high school music? And I don't have any experience with network marketing. Is that advertising on the internet? Okay, now this is, let me look at this here. So see, this was at 11:07. This was at 2:18. So it's not like you're chatting back and forth. It's not live. So here, since it's getting late, I'll continue tomorrow. You would have been better off reading this and said, you know what, it's late. I mean, it's 1:30 in the morning. Hello? You know, you just could, you didn't have to do this. You could have waited until you got up in the morning and done it. Don't feel like you have to respond immediately to a message. It's not necessary. Okay? Do it when you're fresh. Do it when, you know, you're feeling good. All right? So, I was tutoring students. I have 3 students now. I love helping children. And she does 3 students right now. I haven't been with them long. Okay, so one question could be, well, how did you get these students? Okay, I tutor students through Club Z. Okay, so this is where she's making a living. All right? And I'm cooking like never before. When I was teaching, I didn't really have time to cook. I've been selling music books that I used. Remember, she's not teaching school anymore. She's retired. And I'm learning about VIP Kid. I could be teaching children in China over the internet. Oh, you mean, so you're going to go teach the kids in China? That's the country that has us all at home now. Quarantine, because, you know, that's just kind of a little side thing. But, she says, I love to work with genealogy. And I thought about advertising for scrapbooking, but I haven't done it yet. Look at how much you know about this person, right from here. Okay? She quit her job. Now she's trying to make some money tutoring kids. She loves teaching. She could make more money with you 2 or 3 hours a day than she would ever make doing what she's doing. You know it. I know it. She doesn't know it. She needs what you have. So you said, well, I love teaching and helping people too. Was this you or was this me?
You.
Okay. So, folks, for those of you that are inquisitive about one of the things that I do in coaching, which all of you benefit from, okay, is to avoid having to backpedal and try to fix things. Vivian's taken advantage of these Ask Max sessions so she can spread out our coaching time, which I must say is brilliant. I come in here and I go into her message area and I answer for her. And the answers that I come up with, because the same kind of conversation is going to happen over and over again, she can use over and over again. So, I love teaching and helping people too. In fact, I've had so much fun helping other teachers on LinkedIn that I wanted to get out of teaching and build a side business on the internet to replace, oh, wait a minute. I've had so much fun helping other teachers on LinkedIn that wanted to get out of teaching, build a side business on the internet to replace their teaching income, and it doesn't involve advertising on the internet because that can be expensive. This is something that you could easily do and earn more money than you can tutoring children. I'm having so much fun with this that it's becoming addicting, and I often find myself on here until 2 a.m. in the morning because I'm having so much fun with this. As they say, time flies when you're having fun. What subjects are you tutoring on, and what do you make when you tutor someone? All right? And then we came back with this little, oh my God, I forgot the most important thing. There are many ways to make money in network marketing today on the internet that are so much easier than the way it used to be done when you looked at Amway and Avon years ago. It's so much easier today thanks to social networks like Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, she looked at it, but she didn't respond. Okay? Now, we want to wait for her to respond. So how do you get someone to kind of nudge them a little bit? Now, she, kind of stay in their face. It's with posting. So what we can do is we're going to go over to your homepage and we're going to start a post. And we want to send her something that she can relate to. So we're going to bring up an image. You're going to save these on your computer. There's a couple of things here, but one that you can always connect with is something like this. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Now, you're talking to a woman that is retired from teaching who might be thinking, I don't really have a future. It's kind of like in the, it's the end of the trail. And so, which is totally, totally wrong.
It's true. It's like a whole new career.
Well, let me just tell you something. For those who, just to put it in perspective, they say that 70 is the new 50. Okay? So do some math. And just take it back. So you post this. And now we're going to come over here. And we're going to send it in a private message. So we're going to come up here. And that was Sandy, right?
Yes.
And here is Sandy. All right. Now, realistically, so now we're sharing something with her. We're reconnecting with her. Another way to do it would be to look to see if she's active. And so we're looking to get a response. Okay? That's the way it works. Okay, let me flop over here. Kim, I'm going to unmute you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I apologize for
Okay.
you're getting there. Good morning, Kim.
Morning, Max.
How are you? How can I help you?
Well, I just we have almost a full first step done, so I wanted to start making connections. And I've tried 3 times now. I've followed and then tried to send messages, and they keep coming up as in-mails.
Okay.
Which,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
And no. That's natural. In fact, and what I made a note about something that, and this is going to help, frankly, a lot of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out of your account, out of Vivian's account, and I'm going to pop into yours. Because what you're doing is, there's just, it's kind of like you kind of miss one step. I know there's a lot, okay? So you never want to communicate with people through InMail,
Right.
okay?
So I have,
Right. So let's kind of backstep what you did. All right.
Yes, sir.
What kind of person what were you searching for?
well, restaurant
Okay.
people,
Okay.
and then, well, yeah, restaurant.
Okay. So if we come over here to Sales Navigator, and we're going to hit the filters. And so let's restaurant people. Let's pick what kind. Was it restaurant or a waitress, hostess, waiter? Were you specific?
Specific person, I can't even remember. Ed, K-A-N-G.
Well,
And I don't have it written down anymore.
okay.
So I just-
All right. So let me show you the misstep. All right. So let's
Yes,
go.
please.
Let's go over here and let's say we were looking for bartender. And so we got 978,000 bartenders. So we hit the search button, and we could specify United States. So we kind of we're not going to over filter. So you have over 500,000 people that are bartenders or have some kind of bartending. Maybe they were a bartender before. So here's a bartender. And now, what we do is we want to contact this guy. So we bring up his profile so we can look at it. Then we go to the 3 dots here, the back door.
Oh,
And no, we find him on LinkedIn. We go back over to LinkedIn. Now, this is the mistake that you're making. If you message him here, it's going to take you back over to Sales Navigator, all right? And that's not what you want to do. Instead, what we want to do, is we come back over here to the back door, we follow him, and then we hit connect.
yes, okay.
And so when you hit connect, this is where you can put your note. This is the only way that you connect with people and message them. The reason being that when we do it this way, number one, they limit you
Right.
to the number of people. So you got 39 more. But all you're doing is messaging him. You haven't made a connection or where, so you can see what he does. You can follow up with him. So the only thing you did, and Kim, it's a comment. When you got here, we needed to come over here, connect. It's always initially connect until your guys are connected. Now, if we come over here to your network and we look at your connections, okay, so these people over here are your new connections. Now,
Yeah, I had that keyboard issue, and every single response has some typo in it, so I feel like I blew all of those.
No, 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 no. None of these are blown. The only time you blow it is if they if they unconnect with you. But here's the other thing I wanted to point out. So if we click on message here, see, this is the way messages should come up. Sometimes you'll bring up message and
Don't even.
okay, well,
That's that keyboard was jumping all over, and I tried to fix it, and I made a mess. But I have my external keyboard now, so that won't happen anymore.
Okay, so but here's what you want to do. So this guy's reaching out to you, and he's clearly wants to talk to you to try to sell you something. So what you do is you bring up his profile, and depending upon what he does, okay, so he's an associate. So what does he do? So he's been doing this for 8 months. So they're a search firm, a research firm. Maybe he's looking to, okay? And so here, 8 months, and before that, he was doing this, a digital marketing intern. He's a young guy.
Right.
He's a young guy, and he's doing this. He's working. So what you do, he's working on a consultation request for a project I'm working on. So what you could do is something like this. Thanks for reaching out. So it's not about you. The response here should have been, hey, thanks for reaching out. He says here, I'm working with a client looking to understand the market needs for these benefits. So what you could have done was you could have come back and you could have said, I'm not really in a position to provide you any information on that. It's not my area of expertise. But that's an interesting question. How long have you been doing that? What did you do before you did that? So the people that are trying to sell you things, you could very well turn around and bring him into your business, because anyway, so that's what you want to do. Now, at some point in time, you may come over here, and if you click on message, these are all good, but every once in a while you click on message and you'll get the other form. It'll kick up the Sales Navigator thing. So if that ever happens, what you do is you bring up the profile, bring it up, and then you message him from here, and it'll come up the way you want it to come up. Okay? Now, the other thing that, and I'm gonna, it's on my list of things to text you, is I just finished reading a terrific book about the importance of starting things before you feel like it's perfect. But anyway, I'll shoot that over to you. Did that help you with your?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. So let me look and see who else is here. Right. So you always, Darren, you always follow people. You make that connection, you want to follow them. All right. Let me pop over. I'm going to do one more. All right. One last thing. I think they've got an email going on about it. in June, we're going to be making some changes in our programs. And I'm going to be reducing the number of people that I work with on a monthly basis in personal coaching. And we're also going to be raising the price. Now, what's driving me to reduce the number of people that I'm working with is, things are happening very, very quickly. And the primary reason I'm raising the price is I'm looking at what all these other folks are charging for coaching. And it makes some of the people that I work with really upset. So if any of you are considering working with me one-on-one, you might want to consider doing it before the end of the month. Actually, the way it looks, we're almost halfway through the month now. If you're interested in coaching, you need to reach out to us probably this week because, like I said, price is going up. So let me come over here to Karen.
Good morning, man.
Hey, good morning, Karen. Boy, your team's on fire.
I know. I can't even keep up. It's awesome.
Well, what's going to, and so, the thing is, as, they're all going to get to a certain point in time where they're going to be able to carry on, do it on their own. But you always, you've been to the top before. Who are we looking at?
Well, let's start with.
I've only got time for one.
Yeah, let's start with Jordan Peralta. I just realized this Susan Tough person didn't even actually connect with me. She just sent me a big thing about mold.
Well, let's see.
So, I mean, if she didn't even accept my friendship, I didn't even think I was going to waste any time with her.
Well, let's see.
Because she is a retail manager at the dollar store.
All right. Well, the thing is, it may be pending, but so she's an assistant manager at Moe, and we know at a dollar store, and master's degree, and she's writing about the coronavirus. Okay, so she was in Moe for 4 years. Wow. She says she lost 20 grand. Now, if we look at her background and her history, she worked for the Department of Corrections for almost 10 years. And then she leaves, and she works for security, human resource director at a community center, jumps into MOB, and now she's an assistant manager at a Dollar Tree store. Okay? Now, yes, she didn't accept the connection with you, but she wrote to you. Okay, so I was very active for 6 months, made 4 sales, none of which ever completed. In other words, she didn't make any sales. Okay? I said, I don't know if it was a scam or not. And so what we need to do is we're going to write back to her. And she says, well, spent over $20,000, so she was able to write it off. So it was a wash. And so we want to come back to her, and we want to say, look, Mob, remember, you are a social media expert. You are a network marketing expert. And so what you can do with someone like this, and Mob was shut down, I believe, in 2018. So what you want to do, in fact, if you want to write it up and shoot it over to me, I'll take a look at it before you send it. But basically what you want to tell her is, look, and one of the things that you could do is you go over to the Federal Trade Commission website, pull up Mob, or go into Business for Home website, just type Mob in the search window, bring up the information so you can share the link with her. And of course, the question would be, why did you get into Mob? Okay? She said, I thought this type of business would be fun and lucrative at the same time. So really, there are ways to build a business on the internet that are fun and lucrative. That's what you do. Okay? She bought into the wrong thing. And basically, it was shut down by the government. So the deal is, now what we do is we take the subject off of Mob and we ask her, how has the coronavirus affected you? You say, many of my friends, she's in retail sales. She's not working. So when you write back to her and send her that information, not only will she accept you, okay? And we basically want to address this too. Yeah, so you're lucky that you were able to write it off, but that's not why we do things, okay? Good for you. There were a lot of people that lost a lot of money. So in that respect, she's lucky. And then we circle back around. The answer to the question, or the conversation needs to be, how, most of my friends that work in retail, and most of my friends that are in retail management are all home. They haven't been working for a couple of months. How has it affected you? Okay? This is not a wash. That's why I wanted to take a look at it. Okay? I can look at the other one at 4. All right? And again, congratulations on your growth and your success. And I don't remember what the commercial was. I think it was a cigarette commercial. You've come a long way.
Come a long way, baby.
That's right. And congratulations to the members of your team that are also having success, okay? And what all of you are going to find, you're all going through this at your own pace. You're all moving through this. In fact, I added something to the, I didn't bring it up on the screen, but let's come down to the bottom here. Whoops, where is it? We didn't get to this last night in boot camp. Here, where is it? I thought I did. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are in boot camp that want to upgrade and get access to the retreat, the promo code Go Big Faster is being set up, and the reason that there was a delay is because they've set up registration for our July retreat. But man, I had something in here about how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time. I guess I put it in the wrong place. All right, in any event, I will be back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And, we'll be looking at profiles. We'll be logging into accounts. We will be, answering questions. So we have today at 4. We have tomorrow at 9 a.m. and then 4 p.m. And then we have a boot camp session Thursday night. Then we have an Ask Max session on Friday at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. An Ask Max session on Saturday at 11. I'm also going to be doing a mastermind session afterwards. And so there's still ample time to get your questions answered and help all of you. All right? So I will see all of you at... Whoops. I'll see all of you at 4 o'clock. And again, a special kudos to Ellie and Carol for... no, Jillian, it's not too late to get into boot camp. Okay? Go to bootcamp.com, maxsteingart.com/bootcamp. Use the promo code. Go big fast. That'll get you the discount. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.